Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BATTLETECH. Today we are much richer and much poorer than we once were. And still, no memorial function here on the Argo. Seems completely insane to me. But I guess we can take some solace in the fact that whatever the afterlife is, Glitch and Panama are there now together, tormenting each other for all of eternity. That's probably a bad thing. Well, on the plus side, maybe there isn't an afterlife and they're both just gone forever. Bright side. I'm having a bad day. I was having a fine day until I finished recording Dungeon of the Endless, and then I heard a sound in my ear, and while I'm talking here, let's have a look at our mech situation. I heard a sound in my ear, and I was like, what's that? And I turned to the right, and I'm sure that what I'm about to say is somewhat distorted. The memory of it is somewhat distorted by all of the very potent fear chemicals in my brain, but there was a wasp, I don't know, maybe 3 inches from my head, and I swear to God the thing was 2 inches long. It looked like the largest... I don't know if it's this series, but I mentioned in some series recently that I have a deep, primal, like, heart-pounding in my ears fear of wasps, and that was a bad time. So part of the reason this episode is up so late is that I spent about half an hour after finishing Dungeon of the Endless chasing a wasp out of my apartment while trying to avoid ever being, within arm's reach of it. Always fun. I'm gonna encase the windows in, I don't know, plastic or Lexan or something. I figured out what happened. There's a little gap between the window and the wall, and it got in there, and that can't be like that. So, let's have a look at our new toys. We got some new toys. Oh, hey, we got... we're full up. We're going to need to unlock Bay 3. But we have our Highlander here. So our Highlander has... Let's have a proper look at it. It has all those lasers. It has that incredible Gauss rifle I'm very excited about using, and hopefully will never, ever break. Because we're going to have to be really, really careful with this thing. Gauss rifles do not suffer recoil effects from firing, and their ammunition will not explode when crit. Oh, that's so good. So, we got these medium lasers, we get some massive heat sinks. Double heat sinks provide twice the efficiency of standard heat sinks at 3 times the space, but no tonnage increase. So that's pretty good. So this is why this thing was able to just keep firing its weapons nonstop with no worries, is that it has all of these massive, incredible heat sinks. We got some decent, awesome level, assault level, rather, jump jets. This is a really good mech. We're going to have to be careful with it, like I said. Where if we lose it, we're not getting another one. But I'm very excited about this. And I don't think we need to make any changes to this thing. It's beautiful just the way it is. How about our new awesome? Now this thing I'm a little less certain of, like... Okay, well, I suppose that's one way to build a mech. So if we were to swap out some of these PPCs for other weapons, we could potentially maybe drop a couple of heat sinks. However, the awesome has no non-laser hardpoints. It has one support weapon hardpoint, which has been filled with a laser. This is half a ton. We could drop a heatsink. We could drop a heatsink and go up a little bit of armor and put a medium laser in the head instead of a small. I think that's probably worth doing. I wish that melee wouldn't... I wish these weren't bars. I hate the way this stuff is represented. I would love to know what the melee punch damage of this thing is on this screen. I mean, it doesn't say that anywhere, right? I'm assuming that this button is just going to tell me what the hardpoint things represent and not give me any extra data. No, okay, it didn't actually do either of those things. Yeah, so I'd love to know exactly what the punch damage is. Is it always based on the tonnage, maybe? There's pieces of the puzzle here that are missing. But I guess we'll leave it as it is for now. Why don't we try it out like this? We'll see how I feel about it. My feeling is that 3 PPCs is not ideal, but I guess if we can't mount missiles on the thing, maybe 3 PPCs is the best we could do. You know how I feel about missiles and autocannons. Alright, let's take a look at our other mechs. So the Thunderbolt is fine. It got a little torn up, but this will be a real quick repair. Behemoth has already forgotten that the thing exists. Just standing in the corner of the mech bay looking moony-eyed at the awesome. Alright, the trebuchet is in terrible condition. Frankly, I'm shocked that we were able to recover it at all. Yeah, look at the poor thing. Alright, let's see what we can do with it. I actually really liked the way it was built, so I might just rebuild it that way. We don't actually have an LRM-20 pod. Okay. Oh, and we're in Directorate space. We can't buy stuff here. I was gonna say, well, wait, let's go to the store first. So, LRM-15, LRM-20, it had a couple of medium lasers on it. We certainly have room for those. Should I maybe go up to large lasers? The damage difference is considerable. Let's say we put, like, a nice large laser on it. Then LRM-15, LRM-10++. That, for some reason, didn't actually go. It's real finicky about the about putting stuff exactly in the slots sometimes. I'll put the ammo in. I'm still a little like torn about what the best thing to do with ammo is. So, like, we could do this, right, in the hopes of making, like, if we put all the ammo if we put the ammo and the launchers together, the enemy only has to tear down, like, this becomes a priority target for the enemy, but it also means that we can protect them much easier because they're in just one part of the mech and we can try to keep that side turned away from people. If we put them in both places, I think this is worse, right? Because if we put them in both places, then there are two different spots the enemy can hit to potentially disarm the LRM-15. I think we want to keep the launchers and the ammo together. Make them have to hit the one place if they want to get it down. I mean, we could try to mount a PPC, maybe? Instead of the large laser, even? If we're going to go big laser, let's go big laser. The PPC doesn't have incredible damage output over the large laser, but it does do a lot of stability damage. And I love the plus accuracy. This thing has 1 fewer accuracy, but 5 extra damage. Can we? Yeah, let's try to make this work. So we'll put a medium laser on it as well, because we can. So it's less effective at laser range. Or it's less effective at indirect fire, but it's more effective at long range if we can get direct line of sight. Yeah, that's an okay build. Let's try it this way. I guess this only gives us 1 LRM ammo bin. 120 rounds, which is only like... That's not awesome. It's like 6 fires. It's not even 6 full fires. Actually, it's not even 5 full fires, because math is remarkably difficult for me sometimes. Is that too little? We could strip some armor to put more LRM ammo in, but I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe we cut the medium laser and just use that tonnage for an additional LRM bay. Yeah, okay, let's try this. It's really not good at close range. That said, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know how often the trebuchet is going to see action anymore. Because we sure do have some cool new toys. We definitely need to get Mech Bay 3 online. That's starting to become an issue, and it just so happens that Farah is waiting for some orders. So, let's get that done. Mech Bay 3. Ooh, wow, that's... well, you know, we made the money, we may as well spend the money. It doesn't do anything for us just sitting in the bank account. It also gives us +4 tech points, which is pretty cool. The Argo's power system's fully online and enough reinforcement to keep the active bays from damaging the ship's spine. The final 6 mech cubicles can be powered up and put to work. Let's do it.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, it's a fairly long upgrade. So Bell's back in action in 10 days. Mechs are fully functional again in 23. The mech bay will be good in 30. Let's hit the barracks real quick here.
Waiting for orders.
So we have some XP built up, but it looks like most people... Okay, you can finally get Master Tactician. I'm excited about that.
Mech warrior training complete.
Okay, what else? You probably don't want to spend your XP.
I'm here.
You should probably spend yours. Oh, I haven't decided what I wanted to do with her yet, right? She's ready to become just about anything. So who's going out on the next mission? It's probably these four, so we do need to spend her XP. I was going to say, if she's probably not going out, then we maybe don't need to make this choice yet. Or maybe we should save up until we can get her Master Tactician as well, and then once we have 2 on the squad, we can figure out what their other specializations should be. We lost a lot of our multi-targeting. Both of our lost pilots had multi-target, and I do like multi-target an awful lot. Yeah, okay. Let's do this.
Training confirmed, Commander.
It is nice when everybody has it. Probably not quite where we're going to end up, but I want to be as close to that as possible. All right, so we've got some money left over still, a little bit. Let's go talk to Farah real quick, actually. I'm curious if she'll have new dialogue. Hey, give me a damage report. What's the story with what's left of our ship? I can't tell you much. We're pretty beat up, but I don't know how badly yet. I can say with some certainty that nothing critical has been damaged. We aren't going to explode tomorrow, so don't worry about that. But there's a lot more ambiguity on this ship than I'm comfortable with. Yeah, that makes 2 of us. Anyway, we should be safe enough for now. As I said, the Locura is sealed away on a powered-down computer and air-gapped from the rest of the ship. Good. Good. I was going to say that. We need to unplug the drive that it's on. And that's how it's going to stay. If our experience on R-True taught me anything, it's that some things are better left alone. I mean, I don't know that I agree with this as a broad philosophy. But I do think we need to leave that drive unplugged. Alright, that's...
Keep safe, boss.
I feel like we're probably going to be okay, I guess. Hey, you know what? I also want to talk to Darius. Darius, do you have some... Okay, it looks like he does not. I was hoping he would have some, like, geopolitical context for us. Like, what does this mean? Where should we look for jobs? Where should we not look for jobs? But I guess, actually, Madeira might be a better source of that stuff. How did our mech warriors handle the Locura crisis? They did well, given the circumstances. Doc Murad put everyone on repair duty, each according to their abilities. Mech warriors who know their way around a computer did spot checks on terminals throughout the ship, calling out hardware and software failures as they found them, while others went room to room with electrical kits and fire extinguishers, doing what they could to contain the physical damage. Sorry, how much? What kind of physical damage? Blown out monitors, electrical fires, that kind of thing. We had lamps exploding all over the hab ring, so we had to get clean up on that. The biggest issue we had to deal with was a misfiring airlock. That was a nightmare, but we got it patched in the end. Alright, and how'd the crew's discipline hold up over the course of this whole nightmare, this whole horrible thing? Surprisingly well. Our people were out of their depth, but they were determined. They fought to right this ship like their lives depended on it, because literally their lives depended on it. As much of a pain in the ass as they can be from time to time, our mech warriors love this ship. They take pride in their company, and it shows. I got a little misty watching it, truth be told. Alright, now commend everybody for their hard work. Way to not die. I will, Mitch, and I'll let them know that the praise came directly from you. We are... Darius? Commander. I will. Commander Mitch. You can say Commander Mitch, that's fine. Mr. Manager. Alright, yeah, I guess let's go find work. No, wait, I should talk to Alexander. I would like to discuss the state of our war against the Directorate. I got some feelings about the things that have happened. Well, the Taurian Concordat is fighting on the Directorate's behalf. That wasn't supposed to happen. It's our job to figure out how we're going to keep moving forward now that it has. I've sent a coded message to Lord Corrosus informing him of recent events and of our suspicions regarding his son. I've recommended that he have Otto confined to the palace and placed under guard. For his own protection, mind. None of this is his fault. As far as the restoration is concerned, obviously we're in trouble, but I'm fairly confident that Lady Centrella will help us find a solution. That sounds like wishful thinking, I know, but House Centrella has a vested interest in our success. The last thing they want is a Taurian proxy expanding toward Canopian space, and that's what the Directorate appears to have become. Yeah, so we should maybe head to Magistracy space, right? Maybe find some work there? I don't know, man. For our part, we move forward, no matter what. Not out of pride, but because we have to. This war isn't some meaningless inner sphere pissing contest. It's a struggle for the spirit of the Oregon people. Surrender isn't an option, and neither is flight. We will find a way to prevail, because we have to. There's no other option. Alright, thanks, man. That really bolstered my confidence. Dude is the worst. Alright, Samiria, let's get out of here. Actually, she might be the one who could tell us, give me some kind of conception of where we will be regarded as enemies. The Argo is hosed, a bunch of Lord Corrosis' people are dead, and apparently we're at war with the Taurian Concordat. I wish I could say that it surprised me that this drop went to shit, but no, not surprised at all. Yeah, you know ships and you grew up in the Concordat, I need to know what we're up against. A world of hurt, Commander. A world of hurt. Commodore Ostergaard's command ship, the Iberia, is a Fortress-class dropship. They don't call them that for nothing. Do you have any idea how many weapons one of those things comes equipped with? First, there's the Long Tom 3 artillery cannon. You've already seen what that can do. If you survive that, you've got 6 PPCs, 4 LRM-20s, 4 LRM-10s, and 8 large lasers to deal with. And then, if through some miraculous twist of fate you manage to live through all of that, the Fortress still has 5 AC-5s, 6 SRM-6s, 16 medium lasers, and a pair of AC-20s to murder you with. Long story short, Commander, nothing gets close to a Fortress and lives. It can run its guns all day without overheating and running out of ammo, and it can obliterate any mech you throw at it without breaking a sweat. Oh, and it also carries a full combined arms battalion of infantry vehicles and mechs. Yeah, that's bad, but I don't think the plan was ever to attack that ship. I guess what I'm saying is, if the Iberia wants you dead, you're dead. Your only real option is to be where it isn't. End of story. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, was to where it won't be, but I guess, never mind, I'll figure it out myself. Okay, so we're all the way out here. This is bad. We do have a travel contract to here. Hold on, I didn't actually look at our contracts. I assumed we wouldn't be able to find anything here. Didn't they say something like that? Hostile insertion, 3.5 skulls. Pays pretty good. We should maybe try to find a place where we could do some hiring. We're losing pilots like crazy. Let's see. This is bad. This is bad. Travel is restricted in this region, apparently. Moderate population, periphery level civilization. I would love it if we could maybe recently colonized. I mean, there's nothing saying we can't go into Taurian space, just it's real dangerous. But maybe we could skate through real quickly? Thing is, I'd like to find... You remember when we were over here and there were like... I guess this is all periphery level civilization. But what I would really like is to find a place where we can hire a bunch of people. I mean, maybe we just move to Regis Roost? If I don't take the contract, we have to pay our own way, but the travel cost is really low. Dominant fungus? Planet-wide fungus colony dominates this world. Wow. Weird. I don't know that I super want to be over there. Okay, so we're not allowed to travel in here. This is this outline is the travel restriction area, and all of the circles that have little little ring around them are the ones we can go to. I'm assuming, right? Like, yeah, okay. Maybe we do have to go into Taurian space. You know, I mean, it's not like the entire Concordat's going to be looking for us. Primitive civilization. This is worse than... Yeah, this is worse than periphery level, right? Ah, man. I just need to find... There's a pox outbreak here. A mining world. You know, a mining world. Maybe interesting. We're gonna have some heavy machinery. We just need to find somewhere where we can sort of put ourselves back together. Maybe someplace where there's not a huge amount of fungus. A huge amount of fungus everywhere. I mean, yeah, let's go back to a restoration space, right? They like us there. I feel less like we're going to get suddenly blown out of the sky. This system is poor. This world is poor. Mining, moderate population, black market. Yep, let's go to Mector. Challenges, you know, interesting, at least. That's the plan. 26 days. We have stuff queued up for 26 days, right?
Calculating course now, Commander.
Let's get a move on. Let's go where everybody knows our name. Sorry, let's go where few people know our name, and if people figure out our name, they're not going to kill us over it. How about that? I'm excited to put our new mechs to work. Mitch, it's poker night. Darius is prowling outside your quarters as you return after dinner. Dude, Commander Mitch, it's poker night. I keep asking you. I'm not going to, like, yell at him or anything. I'm just saying. Poker night. Darius first insisted because he said it would help keep his skills sharp. He doesn't always win, so perhaps he's right. It's usually the senior staff he ropes into playing, though occasionally some other lucky crew member or guest is invited to the table. But you're the boss. He can't make you play. You know, if this keeps his spirits up, I'm okay getting dunked on a little bit here and there. Sure, let's play. I'm gonna try him. This is just a friendly game, Darius intones as he shuffles the deck of cards. You lean forward. Speak for yourself. I'm here to win. Dr. Murad, who only attends to socialize, soon vanishes, and Yang is out early, but the bout between you, Sumeri, and Darius goes late into the night. Sumeri doesn't miss a beat either. The biggest advantage you have in your negotiations, she says to Darius as she collects another pot, is that your victims don't know you like I do. You've just been lucky, Darius says, frowning. Keep telling yourself that and play another hand, Sumeri challenges. But Darius does a bit of math and withdraws. You wisely follow him out, leaving Sumeri snickering in front of her winnings. Yeah, it's a good time for people. I don't need to win at everything. It's fine. Alright, Belle's about to be back in action, so actually we may not end up taking Reckless on the next mission. It might be Belle, Medusa, Decker, and Behemoth. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Belle is going to be necessary for plot missions at some point. That's just like the way video games often are. So I want to make sure that he's getting his experience. Although at this point with the training pods actually functional, maybe that's less important. He's going to get XP no matter what. I suppose it's better he get it faster though. You can never tell when the game might decide it wants to force us into using him. Then again, maybe it will never happen. I don't mean to talk about this as though I have any kind of certainty on it. It's just a real video games thing to happen, so I'm trying to be prepared. Alright, almost here. Kinda strange. Our leopard latched onto the side of the Argo. The Argo had latched onto the side of the jump ship. Yeah, I think we can keep going. Normal operating expenses. We're good on morale, and I don't want to drop morale. You can never tell when you're going to get some weird space events that lower it, so let's try to have a little bit of a buffer to work with.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Alright, I don't think that there's anything else I want Yang to do before the next mission. I don't think we have any urgent rebuilds or anything. Let's just stick with things how they are for now. We'll see what changes we want to make after we make System Fall. Oh, what's up now? In the daily briefing, Sumeri brings up an open hail from a nearby ship. They say their crew has contracted a virulent case of the periphery pox, but the local government is preventing them from landing to receive medical care. Darius shrugs. I mean, we could sell them some of our medical supplies. It would limit us in the medbay for a bit, but given their situation, I expect they'd pay up. Dr. Murad bristles at this suggestion. Spacers should stick together, Commander. Besides, the local authorities might appreciate our generosity. Yeah, you know what? We're not actually using the medbay for now, and we're about to hit a friendly system where we can restock and everything. Let's just give them some medical supplies. Let's be decent humans, huh? You nod at Dr. Murad. We're only one bad bug away from the same situation ourselves. Make arrangements for a transfer of supplies. Over the next several days, word trickles through the ship about your decision, and the large contingent of lifelong spacers in your crew express their support. Samaria also passes along a message of thanks from the planet's surface for resolving the situation favorably. So the company suffers -1 medical point for 14 days. That's like nothing. We gain reputation, we gain morale, yeah. Turns out being a decent person does have its benefits, although that's not why you should do it. Alright, let's see what is up here. Yeah, let's visit the store. First of all, do you have anything cool? We could put together a locust. I can't imagine anything that I want to do less. It looks like we're just allowed to buy AC-20s all the time, all over the place now. That's no longer considered a super cool weapon. I'm probably going to go ahead and buy us some LRM-20 pods. I think LRM-20s are really great, even if they don't have any pluses on them. I guess before I spend any money, we should make sure that there are contracts available. I mean, maybe there won't be. Things in Restoration territory are probably pretty calm. No, okay. We got jobs we can do. So the fact that we got jobs we can do means I can go buy stuff. Although I guess this stuff's still going to be here after the job. Why don't we just do the job first? I do, though, before we go anywhere, I do want to just check the hiring hall real quick. See what's what. Oh, wow.
Waiting for orders.
What is this? Ah, this mech warrior is a Kickstarter backer.
Ready for orders.
This mech warrior is a unique character. You may only hire this mech warrior once. If you fire them or they are killed, they will not reappear in any hiring halls. Okay, yeah, because, like, Panama, right, was a random generated character, just a bunch of traits thrown together. It's possible that we could find an identical character. It wouldn't be our Panama, but it would be, you know, Panama. This guy is something special. So he's already multi-target, bulwark, and this is the melee thing, right? Yeah. 6383. That's interesting. I don't know that we need to hire somebody like this, though. What are his traits? That's right. You can't just see their traits. Well, he has a whole unique background and everything. He's probably gonna be here after the job, but we should probably like pick this guy up, huh? I don't know that we need another pilot right this second, but dude's available. And at the rate we're going through pilots, we may need more soon.
New mech warriors available.
Let's go have a look at our new dude before we head out. I don't know that we'll bring him with us, because he seems to be pretty developed already, and this is probably a good development time, but I do want to see his traits. So he's from the periphery. He is nobility. That's, I mean, potentially useful to us. He's got a military background. He's a mech warrior. I mean, as are we all, but this guy has actual combat experience. And okay, he's well-read. That could come in handy. It turns out having people around who know stuff can have some benefits. Octavio Zhu is from a minor noble house in the Itram system. The second son of a second daughter, he grew up as indulged and arrogant as any young noble from a basically peaceful world. He was piloting mechs as soon as he was big enough to wear a neuro helmet, playing at war with his cousins and participating in local tournaments. When he was of age, he joined the Itram system security force, as all nobles from his house traditionally did. He anticipated a glorious 2 years chasing pirates across lunar landscapes, and firmly planned to extend his military career as long as he could. Unfortunately, in his first year of service, his lance was ambushed, and Octavio was so badly injured that his tour of duty ended immediately. Even though he was attended by the best doctors in the system, it took him over a year to recover full mobility. By the time he had, he'd found something more interesting to him than war games and tournaments. While he was recovering, he was visited often by a more bookish cousin. When he was an up-and-coming mech warrior, Octavio hadn't seen the appeal of reading for pleasure, but after days of tedium and a few careful selections by his cousin, the young noble became a convert. Alas, he did not become scholastic, as some of his elders had hoped. No, Octavio became an inveterate reader of fiction, of novels, and of the trashiest variety. Ah, this dude and I have a thing or two in common, it turns out. He spent years reading genre classics he'd ignored as a child. He participated in book clubs along with other aspects of society he'd previously scorned. He was, in general, a somewhat distracted but very well-behaved noble scion. And then, the war his younger self had dreamt of invaded his home. His was only a minor house, but everybody had to pick sides after Espinosa's coup. Octavio and most of his family were unquestionably on the wrong side, and leaving Itram was their only option. In the wilds of the periphery, they were no longer a noble family. They all needed to work for their dinner. Fortunately, Octavio's active youth left him with a marketable skill that never went out of style, and he found work as a mercenary mech pilot. It is, he admits, more interesting than society on Itram. There are so many personalities, all crammed together on a mercenary dropship. It's giving him ideas. And one day soon, he's going to finish his own novel. It's sure to be a hit. I like this guy. He and Belle should get along. They have some things in common. Alright, let's take a job. Let's do a thing. I'm thinking 3 Skulls is about the best we could do before, and actually the 3 Skull job has the best pay. That's kind of strange, right? Well, I mean, I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth too much. Max salvage 522, man. You know what? This might be one of those things that's only available to us because our reputation with the Arana restoration is high. I mean, high-ish. Actually, before we do anything else, I know. Listen, we're going to blow up robots in a second here. Before we do anything else, I just want to look. Yeah, our reputation with the Arana restoration is super good. The Canopians like us a little bit more than most people. The Federated Sons don't care for me on account of I bailed on that job. And honestly, the Taurians, I was expecting this number to be negative by now. I guess most people in the Concordat just don't, they don't know who I am. They don't care. Officially, I guess that's the thing about being a deniable asset is that you can also deny your employer. Officially, I'm a mercenary crew who was just there because it's a job. There's, I guess, probably no knowledge of the fact that my mercenary company is effectively an organ of the Arano restoration. Yeah, that's interesting. We should go to Canopian space and try to make some friends, because last time I tried to make friends it didn't work, and we should have some friends. But for now, let's get paid. Turns out upgrading Lost Tech is expensive. Penitent Justice. A longtime enemy of the Arana restoration has unexpectedly turned herself into local authorities. Turned herself in space to local authorities. And will now be extradited to another system for trial. The local pirate organization does not want to see her testify, and will try to stop her from leaving the planet. We've secured a convoy of armored vehicles to transport the criminal, but we need the extra firepower of your mechs to guarantee a safe path to the evacuation zone. Okay. I've read a bit about this criminal and the things that she's accused of. Pirates will do anything to eliminate her. If we take this job, we should expect trouble. I mean, I'm trouble. I'm familiar with trouble. I've heard of trouble before. We've come a long way together, old friend, but I fear I have yet another favor to ask of you. Hey, listen, I don't do favors, but I do jobs. That's going to put us in a good place. All right, let's hit it. We would not ask this of a lesser ally. So yeah, this job is almost certainly something that's only available to us because our reputation's high. Which means, again, this reimpresses the importance of getting high reputation values with some other people so that we have access to other sweet, high-paying, not that difficult jobs. After this, we will go forth and attempt to make friends in the magistracy. So, it sounds like we're on like slow-moving guard duty here. I don't know that we need the Jenner. This might be an all-heavy mechs kind of situation. Let's drop the Trebuchet. We're going to bring the Highlander for sure. I love this thing. We should probably make sure Belle is in. So Belle's on evasive movement. He wants to be in something that's a little punchier. Honestly, the Dragon's a good fit for Belle, and it's kind of a bad fit for Decker. I mean, really, it's Medusa's mech. That said, Decker does have that that extra initiative thing now. Let's say Bell takes the dragon. No, Medusa should take the dragon. This guy's already got all his skills. He doesn't really need more XP. Reaper has too little XP. He's going to train a bit before we let him out. I think I'm comfortable with this being the squad. Maybe we should drop Behemoth back and have Reckless come in just to try to get as many people up to 3 skills as possible. Yeah, let's do that. This mission should be a little bit on the easier side, so this is a good time for that sort of thing. So why don't we swap Bell into control of the Thunderbolt? Now, Bell wants something that moves a little bit. But then we're probably just bringing the awesome, right? So I guess this is maybe how I want to do this. Our initiative is bad. Maybe we do this so that we can have at least one of our mechs above 2 initiative. Yeah, you know, honestly, this isn't bad. Evasive movement's kind of a bad combo with the awesome. Maybe we'd swap them like this. Want something that's a little bit more mobile? Yeah, okay. The awesome doesn't really need the evasion, and neither does the Highlander. The only one of our mechs that I think really benefits from the evasion, given, you know, it's relatively light armor, is the dragon, and we already have a pilot in the dragon who has evasive movement. I feel like Medusa's the one that we were building up that dragon for, and he hasn't really gotten to play with it because, you know, the way the injuries worked out, and Decker came back, and Decker needed something to drive. But I'm gonna enjoy seeing him in that thing. What I don't know is, I guess he's not totally optimally fit for it, because he really wants to be in a mech that wants to be close to people for the purpose of shooting rather than punching. Right, so that we can do that move in, punch, or move in, shoot, and move out thing that he is capable of doing. He is our only pilot who is capable of doing. I don't know. We're gonna have to rebalance things a little bit. Now that we have a very different suite of mechs, the ways that we were building our pilots don't make perfect ideal sense anymore. So, like, yeah, I'll have to figure some stuff out. Hopefully the convoy's not a lot faster than our mechs are. I guess I didn't really think about that. Maybe it was a bad idea to bring the awesome, because the awesome can only move like 2 spaces per turn. But it can do defense from probably almost any range, because anything that gets near the convoy just gets hit with 3 PPCs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should have brought the Jenner just to have something mobile. I'm really still on the lookout for things that are fast, things that have a lot of movement like the Jenner, but are reasonably heavy. Because the Jenner's really light, like maybe too light. Too light to be useful anymore in this world of Thunderbolts and Awesomes. Alright, move to their position, provide support, get them to safety, keep them intact. Yeah.
Ready for action, Commander.
Protecting stuff is kind of not our normal gig. Yeah, I mean, look, the Dragon's pretty fast. This is a good mech. This is a good mech for the thing we're doing with it. And all we really need is to establish vision, right? Like, a lot of our mechs are effective at very long ranges.
Commander?
I've got an unknown on sensors.
The Thunderbolt needs to try to get closer to these guys.
Location confirmed.
So we've got a vehicle and a vehicle. Couple of contacts over here.
Hit 'em hard. Orders?
My orders are that maybe you shouldn't go first. But he can get vision of stuff. Maybe...
Receiving you.
Let's see, you can get vision of that vehicle. Are we close enough to get a tonnage rating? 35, 60... Okay, we got nothing on these. Maybe him just getting vision, even though he can't actually attack at this range, is good enough. Looks like I can't quite get vision of that vehicle. Damn trees are in the way. But I can sprint hard into cover. Yeah, I think this is worth doing. Let's get some information. Thunderbolt's got to get right up on people to be useful anyway. SRM 6, LRM 10. Okay, not exactly terrifying.
What do you need?
Alright, so you are the punch and stomp mech. I'm thinking maybe we do this. I can shoot at this guy this turn, but really what I'm trying to do is draw up on those guys. The dragon's the one in the best position to do that. So here we have a manticore. This thing has a PPC on it. It's a little scarier.
Taking the shot.
Okay, that thing's a little
Got a
scarier.
sensor lock on me.
Alright, all it did was sensor lock, though. So, how much armor does this thing have? Looking at 75... Okay. We don't have to hit it that hard. In fact, a hit from the Gauss rifle kills it if it hits anything other than the turret. Ah, but I only have indirect sight of it here. Looks like the way the terrain is set up, the best I can do is obstructed. Well, I'll take it. So this thing is definitely the most dangerous. We're going to multi-target here. Yeah, you're getting the rifle and the LRMs. I'm really not that worried about you. This thing has a lot more health. And actually can't be targeted by any of my weapons. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely not... We're not switching the rifle and the LRMs to this thing. Not with that out. You know, make sure we're taking care of the dangerous enemies first. Alright, Gauss rifle doing the thing that the Gauss rifle does. What a good weapon. Man. 12 damage per missile. That is a real good SRM pod. This mech is very silly. Okay, another thing firing a particle cannon. Is that another PPC carrier? No, okay, it's a manticore. Well, I'll say this for the manticores. They are tough. That one has yet to actually move.
I'm there.
Alright, even with this incredible number of heat sinks, firing 3 PPCs is a serious task. I gotta say, the awesome is less impressive than I was hoping. Not bad, certainly. It did just blow a hole in a manticore. Just... I guess I maybe am overvaluing having a large number of small weapons. Something... Maybe that's the problem. I'd like to see a lot of weapons over here, and yeah, the PPC is great and everything, but we're gonna have to refit that awesome a little bit. I'm sure we can find a way to make it cooler in every sense of that word.
Roger.
Okay, we almost pierced the side armor. Unfortunately, the other mechs are unlikely to be able to hit that very much. That thing needs to work on its missile accuracy. It might be close enough for the dragon to just step on it next turn. I think we can probably afford to go ahead and go for these shots. We'll have enough ammo.
Engaging target. Enemy unit destroyed.
Yeah, these mechs feel pretty okay.
Standing by.
That's your full sprint range, huh? Alright. We're gonna be careful here. Everybody get near the convoy thing and don't actually step into it.
Acknowledged.
We're gonna make sure that we bleed all of our stability and heat off before we touch anything, because otherwise the game's probably just going to immediately start the next phase of the mission. I don't know exactly where we're going. I'm gonna assume it's down the road.
Confirmed. Holding.
Roger.
Okay, I think we're good now. I guess we want the Thunderbolt to be in front then.
Roger that. On it.
Everything else just needs to be in a spot where it has the shot, right? Need direct line of sight to stuff.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Alright. Restoration convoy is making their way toward the extraction point. Keep in mind that the convoy will try to stay near you for protection. Continue advancing to get them to the extraction point. Easy enough. These things really don't have a huge amount of armor. Machine guns and medium lasers. I mean, something. Also, I can't do anything right now, in case you were wondering why I'm sitting here watching these tanks. Gotta wait for them to all process their actions one at a time. Do you see the Highlander lift its foot up so the truck could drive under it? I think it would probably be better for the thing to just go around, you know? Apparently I'm going to have to jump jet to get over this side. Well, I mean, the Dragon has pretty good heat management. That's not a big deal. I can't just step down off the side of that. I guess it's pretty tall, actually. I can see why not. Thunderbolt definitely wants to try to stay in front.
Coordinates received.
You know, I think I had a good reason for seating Behemoth for this mission, but I bet she's in her bunk just fuming. I mean, that's really not very far away. If we're gonna get ambushed, they better launch that ambush pretty soon.
Position confirmed. Move order received.
Moving out.
The Awesome's so slow that I think it has to take the most direct route to the extraction zone to avoid being left behind. Well, I'll say this. They've certainly made it nerve-wracking. Wow, that seems unnecessary. Also, who put a big rock formation actually in the road? I guess these... I was about to say, I guess these roads are pretty old. Like, that's a sensible explanation for that. Oh yeah, the road was probably here before the rocks got put in, right? My brain's still all screwed up from the adrenaline from the Wasp thing. Adrenaline's like a magical thing. It really supercharges all of your capabilities, but it also is a little bit like just pouring battery acid directly onto your brain. I mean,
Commander,
it still looks very calm. Try to be ready for anything.
acknowledged.
Location confirmed.
Trying to fan out, make sure we have like line of sight in different directions so we can see down this road and that one. I almost wonder if something bugged, maybe? We were supposed to probably see a second group of guys by now, right?
Good work, Commander. Hold this position until the package is underway.
Okay. No, weird. It's weird that they made me walk them all the way to the extraction point if nothing was going to happen until we got to it. I guess it's just to keep you nervous, keep you on your toes. Alright, so what do we have coming in here? A Wolverine, a Shadowhawk. Alright, these are big mechs.
Waiting for orders.
Thunderbolt is on the wrong side. I'm not going to be able to shoot anything, so maybe I want to... Yeah, I probably want to do a full sprint, like... Let's get as close to them as we can, because we're going to need to get even closer next round. Or maybe... Maybe the thing to do is just reserve. I'm a little concerned that this Shadowhawk is going to shoot the... shoot that convoy vehicle. That is its job. If I do this, maybe it'll be scared enough of me to shoot at me instead. Maybe we can distract it. Let's try to present it with the idea that it is in grave danger and may not survive if it focuses on the convoy. Okay, we do have stuff coming in from this side as well. A 45 tons something. Well, I think we definitely want to commit with our weapons on this side. Shadowhawks are not super dangerous, I guess. And I do not want to get flanked. You know, maybe he needs to run over here. Having the guy with the most mobility take care of the flanker probably makes sense because he'll have the easiest time rejoining the fight proper afterward. This is a Vindicator with a PPC on it. This is all good targeting information that we can use for the LRMs. Sorry, for the one LRM pod, but it's a very good LRM pod. Man, I sure hope all the trucks are actually going to be able to reach this thing this turn. This guy's fairly far away, but... Yeah, given if he has the same amount of movement the rest of them do, and I think he does. I think he has basically the same amount. Because we haven't had any trouble, he hasn't had any trouble keeping up. I think we're going to be okay here. So if I stand right here, I can take a nice clean shot on that guy. Oh, you know what? Bell doesn't have breaching shot yet. I should have put somebody who has breaching shot in charge of the Highlander. Really? 40%? Why? Oh, am I outside? I'm outside of ideal LRM range. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll just go after this guy. He's guarded, but it's still a lot of damage.
Engaging target.
Yeah, we got that center torso armor almost stripped. Breaching shot's important. We gotta get Bell up to breaching shot.
Waiting for orders.
She can't... Okay, she can kind of get vision around the side. I think this is what we want to do with the Awesome, is have it present around this side so that they have to be really worried about this edge. And we actually did enough stability damage to this thing to get it unsteady. If all three of the PPCs hit, I think it'll fall over. And the odds on that are not bad. If I use Precision Strike, do they get up to 90? They cap at 85. Still, I think that's worth going for. So let's see. If we hit this side, we can take out his medium laser, maybe his LRMs. Let's try.
Affirmative.
Okay, looks like that was not quite enough stability damage. But it sure was easy to get those guys out. Yeah, this mission feels considerably easier than the 3.5 that we tried to do. These difficulty classes are wild.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Was that an SRM pod he was hitting me with at that range? Yeah.
What's up, boss?
Guy's like a pretty okay shot. What's up is, I think we have AC-20 range. So let's give this Wolverine everything we got. I don't want to shoot the AC-20 at the other guy with him being guarded. But I see no reason to do anything other than let this guy have it with the full force of our weaponry. All we actually have to do is get to the evac zone. I don't think we have to kill these guys, but I'm gonna kill them because they're weak, and we get to salvage their mechs that way. Yep, that's embarrassing.
I'm here.
Probably that guy's more concerned with being murdered than he is with being embarrassed, but maybe he should be concerned with both. That is in fact short laser range. Bad news for you. Okay, my jump jets don't let me get close enough for an attempted DFA, which I totally would have gone for had the option been there. Yeah, okay, this is still short laser range, and it gives me cover, so this is slightly better. I'm standing kind of close to a knee-height tree, so, you know, good cover. Do I want to not fire the AC-5s so that I can maybe clear the refire modifier? Oh, actually, I don't even have the refire modifier. I'm just too close. Well, still fired. It's a lot of damage if it hits. Yeah, it's a good start. Obviously, we're going for the punch if we can get it. And what is with their accuracy? Why is it so weirdly bad?
I'm receiving you. Move order received.
I'm going to keep moving the awesome toward the exit so that it can eventually reach the extraction zone. So can I fire even one of my PPCs without overheating? Okay, I can fire two of them, in fact. Yeah, I mean, let's go for that. We can definitely put this thing into knockdown mode. Would I rather fire at the Wolverine? Large laser, pair of medium lasers. Neither one of these things is super dangerous, honestly. I guess this guy goes earlier in the turn, which
Confirmed.
is bad. So he is at 66 center torso health. Okay. I don't know that I really want their, I know that knocking the center torso out of a mech is not a good way to take salvage, but I'm not actually interested in their mechs. I'm interested in potentially their weapons. They might have some fancy upgraded weapons. Honestly, I don't think I would take salvage of these mechs. I guess we could try to build up extra chassis to sell. That's something. How close are you to dead? Not close. The dragon hits for like 115 with the, or maybe 100, low hundreds with the arm mod. So it's already going to be lethal if it hits center torso. I don't need to devote any resources to stripping armor, basically. So why don't we try to just finish this guy off? Yeah, let's just try to get rid of this guy. We definitely... Actually, do I have range? Okay, we should multi-target, because there are weapons I can shoot the Shadowhawk with that I can't shoot at the other guy.
Engaging multiple targets.
How on earth did my Gauss rifle hit his right arm from this angle? That's actually kind of incredible. Oof.
Enemy mech
That's rough. That pilot's in bad shape. Yeah, you better run.
Good to go.
These guys have got to be feeling like a little outclassed. Well, we can just finish this thing off. We probably ought to just finish this thing off so that it doesn't get a turn, right? But I'm going to run up real close to serious threat range on the Shadowhawk to let it know I mean business. Is that a smart thing to do? I don't know. It would be cool to be able to punch it, but I wouldn't take the punch anyway, right?
On my way.
Well, I got to get this close to be able to fire all the small lasers. Yeah, I probably wouldn't take the punch anyway. If I'm in punch range, I'm just going to shoot with my AC-20 a lot of the time. I think we should maybe not fire the AC-20, let the refire thing wear off. We probably don't need to fire everything here either. Like, what's his center torso health? 6? Okay, so any weapon hits, we're good. I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to chill out my my heat levels a little bit.
Target neutralized.
Turns out when you don't have the option to multi-target, it's a lot easier to let your heat cool off. Look at this cowardice. He's gonna run away and then he's gonna shoot at a thunderbolt because that's the best option that he left himself.
Waiting for orders.
Well, he has prevented me from punching him. I don't really see a reason to to jump. Like, I think we're pretty okay just moving to here and shooting all the lasers at him.
Confirmed.
And I'm sure once we clean up these mechs, it'll just end the mission. It won't make me actually walk over to the exit. We can probably turn off the AC-5. Let's not generate all the extra heat.
I'm on it.
Let the refire modifier wear off. Doing a really good job of spreading out my damage very evenly on that guy. I can't get a clean shot on the Shadowhawk. This thing's so not dangerous now. Let's focus on the Vindicator.
Engaging target.
Ooh. That was a hit. We do a lot of stability damage as a team.
Yes, Commander.
Boy, I cannot get anywhere with this thing. Alright, well, we'll let that inform our redesign a little bit. You gonna punch me? Nope. Weird decisions.
Armor holding.
The punch would at least have had a chance of getting through and doing something.
Yes, Commander.
I think Decker's got to put this this Vindicator away. I'm tired of dealing with it.
On it.
Should I call the shot? I guess. No, it doesn't. It super does not matter, actually. But I think we'll call it because we don't have anything else to do with the morale.
All weapons are go.
Now, see, if I'm the guy driving the Shadowhawk and I see that happen, I open up comms. I'm like, hey, excuse me, I would like to surrender. I would like very much to surrender. Give you all of my earthly possessions, perhaps. What do we need to do here? How can I make this work for us? I mean, I could DFA this dude. If I do that, we're going to take structure damage to our legs. So I guess I won't, because it's not necessary. But I could.
Coordinates received.
Just want everybody to be aware that I just exercised restraint. Did you see that? This is a real growth moment for me. Yeah, sure. Let him have it with the AC-5 as well. It's remarkable how ineffective the AC-5 is at that range. You would think, because it's a giant robot. It's a very, very large target. It would be easy to hit. Alright.
Mission successful.
We might get extra pay for having wiped out all of the enemies. That's possible. That might be one of the optional objectives. Right? Because sometimes there are things that weren't shown to us during the mission, I think. I hope so. Basically, I just want free money. I want extra money for having done no extra work. Okay. So yeah, we got 20% for not letting any of the trucks get blown up, despite the fact that there almost wasn't a way. Like, the only way that I could see that convoy units could have been damaged is if we had run to the convoy point, the first convoy point before destroying that initial group of trucks. But why would you not focus on those trucks? They were actually fairly dangerous. I don't know. It's weird. So, 2400 XP for everybody. No damage taken at all. Nothing got through the armor. Remarkably easy for the amount of pay we got. Alright. Were there any cool items dropped? Honestly, this isn't that great. Crit chance just isn't... Ooh. All mechs come equipped... Okay. Comm system upgrades allow for better lens cohesion, increasing morale generated. So that's, I guess, every time you generate morale, it gives you one extra. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before. And I don't really care about most of this other stuff. Yeah, alright, let's take the weird thing. Even though it's not valuable. Okay, they gave us some reasonably valuable salvage. Man, working for the Restoration is really good. They're so nice. They just give us so much stuff all the time. And it's good to have a mission where I feel like we were in charge. It's a little bit of recovery from that last one. I have to admit, my confidence was a little shaken. After we lost Glitch in that incredibly ugly way, and then we almost, like, I was hiding in a canyon, desperately waiting for that door to open, I was thinking, man, maybe I did step in over my head. Maybe I've just been lucky so far. So it was nice to see one where we were like, we were in control. We had it. Granted, the Highlander makes that pretty easy. I have to say, I'm way more impressed with that thing than I am with the Awesome. Alright, mech warriors are gaining an experience and need your guidance, Bill. Okay, so people are getting XP and could use some level ups. I don't know why the game felt the need to tell that to me now, at this moment.
Receiving you.
So let's see, we definitely... I don't think there's a good reason to spend that stuff. We should save up for more gunnery or something. Something useful. Bell is headed toward Breaching Shot as quickly as possible. I'm a total convert on Breaching Shot. I understand how important it is now.
Training complete.
Receiving you.
Decker... probably piloting? Let me think. His roles kind of changed, right? We've had a number of people's roles kind of change. So, yes, Setzerlock, he has earlier initiative order. What do we want to do with all that? He still is going to end up being our scout some of the time, I guess? Yeah. Let's pick up evasive movement. This makes it possible to use a slower mech more effectively as a scout and or punching mech, and this will help keep that mech alive. Do we also want to pick up, like, a health? Here, let's do it like this. We'll also pick up 2.5% weapon hit. I'm not... Yeah, okay, we'll take a health too. You know what? Why not?
Training confirmed, Commander.
Given that we're making a plan for him to be the guy who gets up close to people, a health is maybe warranted.
Commander.
You... What do we have options here? Indirect fire penalty. No, you, I think, hold on to your XP. We'll get more guts in piloting with you.
I'm here.
Reckless. Do I want Reckless to end up with Breaching Shot or Master Tactician? Breaching Shot's really good. Maybe we're going to have Reckless sort of fall into the glitch role. We need somebody whose whole thing is long-range combat, now that we've lost everybody whose job previously was long-range combat. So that's where she's headed.
Training complete.
I thought those people were going to be the safest people on the roster, but apparently not.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, Reaper's coming along. I have no idea what we want to do with him. Let's keep his XP unspent for a while. As we figure out what roles everybody else is taking, we can use him to fill in the blanks since he's committed to nothing yet. All right, well, that was successful. Maybe not the most exciting episode we've ever had, but certainly successful. Come back next time. Maybe we'll challenge ourselves a little bit more, and we'll see you then.